Okay, I will call to order the regular council meeting Monday, March 11th, 2024. Can I get approval of the agenda with any late items, is there any? No? Okay. Adoption of the agenda. Can I get a mover and a seconder? Councilor Noble and Councilor Copsa. All in favor? Carried.
Okay, so the first item is that the minutes from the regular council meeting held on February 26, 2024 be adopted.
I have mover and seconder. Councilor Noble and Councilor Reid. All in favor? Carried.
Question period on items on the agenda. The next item, that the letter from Rolly Russell, Parliamentary Secretary for Rural and Regional Development regarding a meeting held at the 2024 UBCM convention be received for information.
Can I get a mover and a seconder? Councilor Noble and Councilor Reid. Any discussion? Councilor Reid.
So I'd just like to point out in the, sorry, the last line in this letter that it kind of shows that we've been to Vancouver, we've made our case throughout the province, and we have a commitment to supporting our senior residents and helping them age in place. So just want to make sure that everybody knows
We are trying.
pushing that, and we're trying it. And for those members watching in the public, that we are still continuing to move forward at that.
Anything further? All in favor? Oh, go ahead.
To read Justin.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Great letter. Really hope to see some applications to the proper authorities to assist in our initiatives to get attainable housing and live in place projects for the community.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried.
The next item is that the letter and public notice from Canadian Forest Products Limited regarding a proposed harvest dated March 2024 be received for information.
I get a mover and a seconder. Councilor Reid, Councilor Copsa. Any discussion?
Does anybody know what type of developments these are?
Go ahead.
They aren't developments per se, they're the cut blocks, like the loggers.
Oh, it just, they referred to developments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what are they developing?
It's their language.
Okay.
Anything further? All in favor? Carried.
The council received a warning letter from the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change regarding the Village of Canal Flats wastewater treatment facility.
Can I get a mover and a seconder? Councilor Copsa and Councilor Noble. Discussion. We have some questions from Councilor Stanberg that will be read out.
Oh, questions?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Like, who holds the permit for, like, is it the Village of Canal Flats per se?
Yes. Yeah.
Councillor Stanbury had asked, what action is being taken to measure the discharges for section 1?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So there will be a flow meter installed as part of the new design to measure discharge. Currently, we measure from the flow state or the lift station, but they want to know the discharge as well in case there's
So before we move on from that one, so do we know the cost / time on this? And, you know, when we're able to come into compliance?
Go ahead, CEO.
I mean, Mr. Mayor, the design is being completed right now by Urban Systems. The original quote aligns to our grant that we received from CIP. So in total, about $1.7 million combined, but that was a couple of years ago. So we will see what happens once we go out to RFP.
Good.
If I may,
Yeah.
so the intent is to come in compliance with all of these as we move through the liner replacement and the entire project, so the fencing and all of those.
That's fine. Okay,
So,
go ahead, yeah.
so we have funding for this, right? Or are we,
Yeah, go ahead, let's see.
we have it?
Well, we
or-
have 1.747, approximately $1.7 million.
Mhm.
Of which the contribution from the village is about 250. But we do have the funding in place and we are moving through these. We've attempted it, I believe, a few times to apply for grants. We were finally successful. And we'll have signs posted as soon as the ground goes. And we'll be moving forward. The first part of that is the design phase, then the RFP, and then the work. So this, if I may start, so these conditions or this warning follows the warning letter from July of 2022. So it's very similar. It's just escalated a little bit. The final warning before we end up getting some kind of funds. So this has been outstanding items for a number of years. We're just finally starting to get letters.
Okay. So you're drafting a letter in response.
Yes.
So in section 2, monitoring and reporting, Councillor Stanbury is asking, is there a plan to install something to measure the fluence?
Everyone's, yeah.
Affluence? Is that the flow meter? Seems to be an easy fix and reporting just needs to be on time. Is there a reason it is not submitted in a timely manner?
If I
Go
may,
ahead.
so we looked at installing a flow meter last year. It was $75,000 just to install a flow meter. So our decision after discussions with the Ministry of Environment was to postpone that until we actually complete the liners.
And
So
then,
also in section 2, sorry, I just want
Yeah,
to
go
not
ahead.
go ahead. It said that we're not be able to submit records to them and stuff. Is there a reason why we're not keeping records and we'll have records for certain times and not other times?
If I may, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah,
So
so
in fact, we do keep records, detailed records, probably twice as many records as they require. When Bill left and retired, there wasn't a transition for what records actually go to environment. So we actually have the records, we're doing all the work. They were just not sent to the ministry.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
they
'cause it-
subsequently have received them as well as the training update from Chuck.
Okay.
also from Councillor Stanbury's, the fencing, is this in the planned upgrades within the budget?
yes, it is.
And then also he's asking maintenance of work. New liners are definitely in the plan, hoping that when it is submitted to the province with some leeway will be given to allow the works to be completed, which is complete.
Yeah,
So if I may, so the
Yeah, go ahead.
fencing, we contemplated in last year as well, but after discussions with where something we didn't want to spend and then redo.
Right, that makes sense.
Okay, anything further? All in favor? Gary.
The next item is development variance permit. That notice be given that council is considering the issuance of a development variance permit PDP 01-2024 to the rezoning bylaw number 215/2019, section 5.5.7, front yard setback from 13.1 feet to 8.1 feet.
Can I get a mover and a seconder? Councilor Noble and Councilor Reed. Discussion.
I could read the comments from residents.
Okay,
I would think it would be good to send out a notification for the variance. Do we know why they constructed the deck without a permit? I think the public needs to be educated on what requires a permit. Maybe something small can go out in the newsletter. I always like to believe the best in people and possibly it was just ignorance to what was required.
okay, go ahead.
Actually, I was expecting the proponent to be in attendance today. This was part of the stairway that was part of the placement of the modular home. And normally you would need a separate building permit for stairs to get into the home. That's all part of the placement. I think from my understanding when talking to the building inspector, they decided at the last minute to make it larger and not realizing that they were over the setback. Had they not have been over the setback, we probably wouldn't be discussing this because it was part of the construction and placement. So it is an honest mistake, I think. It was just a last minute decision, and then as the building inspector was going to do her final building inspection, she noticed that it was non-conforming. So I don't know if I may continue.
Yeah.
I don't know if education would to make a difference here, because it was just one of those things that would probably not be included. Usually people who are building a deck as part of this construction, it's on the building plan, and I review it when they bring me in the permits. It would either be approved or not approved at that time.
Okay, anything further? All in favor? Here.
And the last item is that Village of Canal Flats road frontage tax filing number 272/2024 be read.
I'm gonna move her in a second. Councilor Reed, Councilor Noble, discussion. Go ahead. See,
So I did my best to try to find other jurisdictions that have similar bylaws, but I could not find any. It's just one of those unique things. I did have a brief conversation with the former CAO about this. Again, as it's, you know, the key driver for this was to make up for some of the tax loss from the closed. As you can see, it hasn't been amended since 2017, but our costs have escalated significantly, and hence the recommendation is just to make a small adjustment. Again, that's for residents who are at the limit. We don't charge them anymore. So those who have that 280 feet, I believe,
It's
300 feet, 300 feet, wouldn't pay anymore. But those that are underneath.
okay. Anything further?
Just another comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
I personally benefit from road frontage maintenance, as I am sure many in Canal Flats do. My lot is small next to a Nora's property, but I'm happy to pay the extra for my small bill.
All in favor? Okay.
I think that's the most vocal council. And he's not even here.
And the last item, that the meeting convened in camera per Community Charter 91K, the negotiations and discussion respecting the proposed provision of a municipal service at 6:43 p.m.
Yeah, gonna move her in second. Councilor Reed, Councilor Noble, all in favor? Carried.